Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial on RStudio. Here we'll learn some simple commands of how to load data in RStudio software. So when you open the RStudio software for the first time, it will look like this, and the first thing you should do is you can have just a new script file. But before that, let me just give you very brief about this interface. So now before opening the script file, it has these panes. So for example, this pane has at the right bottom, it has files, it has plots, packages, help, and viewer. So mostly plot and viewer, you will see some diagrams or some plots, and in packages it has a list of the packages, and you can just in helps you can just find some help. And this section on the top right is your environment, history, connections, tutorials, and presentations. So you can import data using this this feature. You can click and select the data, and then you can follow some instructions and then load the data. And you can also run your commands directly in console, and it will be like run fine here. But if you want to save your commands, so you should use an RScript file. The thing we should do, a simple thing to start a new file, is just select this button and click this RScript. And you can also type Ctrl+Shift+N. So you type Ctrl+Shift+N, it will also create a new file. Let me just for now click this thing, and it has created a new file. Next thing you should do is to save this file. You can just save this file in any location, any folder of your choice. For that, you can just type Ctrl+S, or you can just click this icon here, which will also save the document. So for now I'm just clicking this icon, and I'll save my file here in D drive, where I have a folder named RStudio Work. And okay, I further have divided this folder into many other subfolders, and I'll take that in the demo. So I have this MB1 demo. I'll save my file here, and let me type it as a demo 2. Okay, so this script is saved as demo2.r. R is the extension of this file. And then from time to time I should keep saving my file, so that something bad happen, my commands are saved, and I can rerun all the commands together and get all the results which I'm doing right now. So we start with loading the data, and before we do that, we should set the working directory. So working directory is a folder where you keep all the important files, and also that R can read and take things directly from that working directory. So you can do simple, you can just go to session, you can just set working directory, and you can just choose directory. You can go you can click these things. Alternatively, you can also type Ctrl+Shift+H. So right now I'm just clicking these things. So what I've done, I have gone to session, set working directory, and then choose directory. Again, as I have things in this RStudio Work, this is my folder of choice for the working directory, and I'll make this as my working directory. So this is we have set a working directory using just clicking some icons. Another way we can choose a working directory is to using this command set wd, and in bracket you type the location of path of that folder. Remember that you have to keep the slash on the other direction, not leaning towards left, but rather than you should keep them leaning on the right. So what we have done here, we have set the working directory using this command. Okay, so one more thing about R is when you type hash and you start writing anything after hash, it will not consider that thing as a command. So because it will consider that thing as a comment rather than. So let me write a comment that we have set the working directory. Okay, so next thing we'll do is load a file. So let me write another comment, load the file. So how to load the file? It can load many types of files, many extensions. You can load one way you can just import, like you can import from Excel format, you can text format or any other format, SPSS. Now we'll like focus on CSV format. All the analysis we'll do will be on the kind of file we'll use is CSV format. So we'll use a command .csv, read.csv, and then we'll have a file. Okay, so I'll use the command read.csv, a very simple command. And what I do, I give this double quote and I give the whole address of my file with the changed slash. What I do, so let me find any CSV file which is in any folder, and let me take the address of that folder. So for now I have some CSV files in my research folder, and let me find some of them. So FMBS, this I have FMBS2.csv, and before loading it, let me have some inspection of it. Let me check whether it is proper or not. Okay, so for now what I'm doing, I'm just getting this file, and I'll take this whole address, and what I do before I just type it here, I'll change the slash, and I'm just temporarily using this this white space. So what I'm doing, I'm changing the slash. Okay, and I also need to add the name of the file. So what is the name of the file? Let me just copy from here. So name of the file is fmbs2.csv, and what I do, I'll copy it here, and let me just take this and I'll paste it here. Okay, so what R will do, R will read this file, and I'll save this file as an object. So let me give this name as fm. Okay, let me give this name as fmb. Okay, now I'll run this command. I'll select the whole command and then I'll run it. So now this is saved as fmb. You can quickly click it and have a look how it looks like. Okay, so what we do when I type fmb and I run it, so you can run it either you can just select and click run, or you can just place a cursor anywhere or keep it selected and type control enter. So right now I'm doing control enter, and it will load all the data. Okay, one way we can see the whole file, because it has printed in the console, but there was not much space. So let me just do it again. Now it will show you a little bit better. So it will use all the space here. So up to this space here it has been used, and it has printed the whole data in this. So what next I need to do is, so sometimes you have data which is very large. It has like say 10,000 or millions of observations. In that case, you need to just check the structure of that data, or maybe see how many variables are there in the data, how many observations are in the data. You can just type str and give the name of that file, fmb, that data. So let me just clear the console. For clearing the console, you need to just clean this, use this brush or this broom, and you can just click it here. It will clean all the everything in the console. Alternatively, you can also type Control L. So it will be, all the things will be removed from the console. So now I'm checking the structure of this data, fmb. Let me run it. and it will tell you what data is all about. So the data is a data frame, has 563 observations and 56 variables. So for now we have checked the structure. One more thing which is also related to the structure, or maybe you can have a quick observation of the data. You can just check the top 6 rows or the bottom 6 rows of the data set. So for that you can just type head, HEAD, head of data FMB. You have FMB is our data object which we have just got it here using this command read.csv. So now I'm typing head FMB and I'm running it. Before running it, I'm clearing the console, I'm running it. So now it will, what it gives me, let me just run it again. It gives me the top 6 rows of the data, including the name of the variable. So the name of the variable is S number is serial number, plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, and likewise. But the top 6 observations are there of all the 56 variables. Okay, so let me again just okay. Now similarly, now if you want to just want to see the top 2 observations, or say top 10 observations, you just specify the number of observations. You type n is equal to whatever you wish. So I'm typing n is equal to 10. It will give me the top 10 observations of all the variables. Similarly, we can do the tail, TAIL, and I type like FMB, and we can also specify n is equal to say 5, and it will give you the bottom 5 observations. So this was a very quick introduction of how to load the file, how to inspect the data. Thank you very much.